This is the Care Bears Iceberg video. An iceberg video is an attempt to delve into trivia and obscure lore on a subject where each layer has an increasing amount of obscurity. Unfortunately, I couldn't find any good Care Bears ones, so I had to make my own. We're going to look at each layer and there will be timestamps below. The video might be long, so let's go. Please like and subscribe. Layer 1. American Greetings. Care Bears was originally designed for use in American Greetings cards, kind of like birthday cards and whatnot. Not really as popular as Hallmark, but does Hallmark have their own TV show? No, they only have like a TV channel and Christmas movies where the girl and guy dress in red and green sweaters and learn that Christmas is special. And 10 original Care Bears. The original Atkinson pilot showed 10 Care Bears and gave special attention to each one of them, and only in later works did they start adding in new ones every now and then. Professor Coldheart.
Who are you?
Allow me to introduce myself. They call me Professor Coldheart.
Professor Coldheart is the original Care Bears villain, which is often overshadowed by the more popular villains from the movies that we actually remember, like Book or Guy in Red Tracksuit.
Time for a game of disappearing bears.
Care Bear Cousins. The movies introduced a whole new group of Care Bears, except they're not really bears. They're like lions and penguins and stuff, and like an elephant and a raccoon. Nelvana and Deke. The 80s cartoons were originally designed by Nelvana, but when it came back for later seasons, those were done by Deke. The easiest way to tell the difference is the animation style, tone, and that the newer villains in the later works, like No Heart and Shrieky. The Care Bears movies are canon. This is a little bit tricky, but it's the common belief that only information presented in the 1980s movies should be considered as canonical, and that all of the other contradictory information in the cartoons that came before or after it should be ignored. Level 2. Each episode is its own canon. Rather than the movies being the only canonical lore, this theory posits that each episode takes place in their own self-contained universe, which is why we have episodes set in the future where the bears are in space, or episodes where they're in Agrabah, or an episode where the bears are cavemen, or like cave bears, I guess, but that's ridiculous. Bears don't live in caves, they live in clouds. The Care Bears are angels. This is the popular theory that the bears, living in the clouds, watching over children, are a metaphor for guardian angels. This is supported by later texts, as well as the second movie having a girl named Christy, who dies and is resurrected. The Care Bears movies aren't canon. There are blatant plot holes in between the first and second Care Bears movies that make it so they can't possibly exist in the same timeline. Most egregiously by retconning the Care Bear cousins they meet halfway through the first movie into having always been a part of their society, but also for introducing True Heart Bear and Noble Heart Horse. 25th Anniversary Bears. To coincide with the 25th Anniversary special, Care Bears toys and plushes were released with commemorative silver markings. So I actually wrote this a few years back. They're now on their 40th anniversary. Togetherness Bear. Speaking of special colorization, there was a Walmart exclusive bear named Togetherness Bear. Did you know there are exclusive bears sold at exclusive retailers? Wonder Heart Bear is Jesus. This one ties into another retcon of the Care Bear cousins, which we'll get into later on, but Wonder Heart Bear was treated as a Christ-like figure in the 2015 Care Bears and Cousins Netflix show, as being holier than everyone else, and being able to control all of their powers through divine intervention. Layer 3. Demons exist. In a lot of children's media, monsters and demons are usually given an explanation for why they're in the story, like rubber masks in Scooby-Doo. In the Care Bears cinematic universe, demons just exist, and we have to accept that. Care Bears require caring to exist. An artifact in Care-a-Lot is the Care-o-meter, which shows how much caring is happening on Earth.
The caring meter dropped 2 whole points. A lot of people must have suddenly just stopped caring.
And if it runs down to 0, the bears will disappear.
Time for a game of disappearing bears.
The exile of the cousins.
Hold up! You've never heard of us?
No way.
I'd totally remember if I was related to a lion.
In the 2015 show, the Carometer is revealed to be powered through the caring children on Earth sent into the sky, much like prayers, which is captured by the Care Bear cousins using nets to power the Care Hearts. The cousins were sent on this mission sometime after their appearance in the 80s, and they came back some 25 years later, and only one bear even remembers they existed.
Who sent you on this Care Heart collection mission?
I did. A long time ago.
Really?
Tenderoni?
You, Uncle Tenderheart?
Whoa. What other secrets are you keeping there, Bear?
True Heart and Noble Heart. In the second Care Bears movie, True Heart Bear and Noble Heart Horse are parental units to the entire Care Bear and Care Bear cousin races, and we never see them in anything before or after that movie. No Heart is a lich. This one seems pretty self-explanatory. No Heart ripped out his own heart so that he wouldn't be affected by the Care Bears' caring. Amigo Bear. The official 2007 Care Bears bio for Amigo Bear says that he can speak any language, especially English and Spanish, meaning he can canonically speak Dothraki and Klingon, and maybe he can even understand why my mommy doesn't love me. Drab City Meteorite. The episode in the 80s series Drab City depicts a city where everything is turning gray and drab, and even the Care Bears eventually start fading and dying because of this. At the end, the source turns out to be a meteorite, but its origins are never explained.
What's happened to all of you?
I don't know, and I don't care.
Layer 4. Funshine Bear is Satan. If the bears are really angels, then Funshine Bear is a metaphor for the fallen angel Lucifer due to the depiction of him descending through fire and being crowned a king of the horrifying demons he finds in the 2004 movie Journey to Joke-A-Lot. Tenderheart's Age.
Whoa. What other secrets are you keeping there, Bear?
Despite being depicted as the same age as the other bears in every other media, the 2012 Welcome to Care-A-Lot and 2015 Care Bears and Cousins continuity depicts Tenderheart as being an older sage-like bear who can give everyone else advice. It's possible this role was meant for True Heart Bear, but it was changed in the development stage. I want to check something actually. I have a book. I want to check something. True Heart Bear shows up in the fucking Care Bears Unlock the Magic, actually, and I want to say that because I said that she doesn't appear in anything else, but she actually does appear in Care Bears Unlock the Magic, and I want to check something else. We have a Amigo Bear here, but also we have America Cares Bear, which is fascinating. I thought for sure. Hang on. Yeah, okay. Watchful Bear. Watchful Bear.
I brought you here to learn the things you need to lead the Care Bears.
So I think Watchful Bear in the Unlock the Magic continuity is also meant to be. No, that doesn't make sense because True Heart Bear is. Well, we'll just move on. The Pizza Hut cinematic universe. In the mid to late 1980s, an advertisement campaign allowed you to purchase Care Bears drinking glass. Fuck. I actually have this. I wrote the script a few years back, actually, before I moved, and when I was writing it, I didn't have any like props or anything. But the Care Bears Pizza Hut glasses, I actually have this. If you look closely, it says Pizza Hut on there. I think that's so cool. This was made in this is the collector's series. I paid $20 for this? Why did I do that? 1983. So in the Iceberg, I say it was the mid to late 1980s, but it actually, I have the glass right here and it says 1983 on the copyright information. That's so funny. In 1983, an advertisement campaign allowed you to purchase Care Bears drinking glasses from participating Pizza Hut locations. This ad campaign included original animation exclusive to these commercials. The Nutcracker Suite. One of the more obscure direct-to-video Care Bears movies was an adaptation of the Nutcracker play, which changes the ending and makes the Rat King much less horrifying. Google what a Rat King is in real life to learn more. Marvel Comics. Around the time the original cartoons were airing, Marvel made a comic book series to coincide with them. Does this mean that the Care Bears will be added into the MCU? On this Watch Mojo video, we'll talk around the subject, but never give a direct answer. The Cloud Keeper. The Cloud Keeper appears at the beginning of select Care Bears media and is depicted much like the Christian depiction of God in both appearance as well as powers. Some fans think that this character originated from Robot Chicken, though.
It's the great Cloud Keeper in the sky!
Care Bears, I have watched your actions with great displeasure.
Sanrio crossover. The Sanrio company is known for Hello Kitty and in more recent years, Agretsuko, but one of their properties, Kiki and Lala, had a crossover with Care Bears at one point. They also had a crossover with Animal Crossing New Horizons.
Travis, what do you think of my outfit?
Which one are you?
Which one do you think he is?
It looks good.
In this way, Care Bears is kind of connected to Animal Crossing. Kind of. Shrieky in the Yakuza. In the Care Bears family Deke seasons, Shrieky is unique for being the only human character depicted with only 4 fingers on each hand.
Shrieky, it's so nice to... Don't try to butter me up, you fang-toothed pig.
This has led fans to speculate that she is part of the Yakuza, who self-identify by cutting off 1 finger on each hand, so they only have 4 fingers. That's kind of dark, guys. Guys, I don't think Shrieky is part of the Yakuza. Layer 5. Care Bears are ageless. This is the opposite theory that each episode is its own continuity. According to this theory, the Caveman episode and the Star Trek episode can both exist because the bears are immortal and can never die. The series are in the wrong order. Some of the Care Bears cartoon series would indicate that they should exist in different points in the Care Bears' lives, with Adventures in Care-a-Lot depicting them as much more childlike than Welcome to Care-a-Lot, but with Unlock the Magic being the latest in the timeline. This doesn't explain what happens in the Adult Link timeline, though. Funshine is ableist. There is an episode of Welcome to Care-a-Lot that depicts Funshine as thinking a kid in a wheelchair cannot possibly have fun, which is a subtle nod to the fact that the Nickelodeon show Pelswick low-key sucks. Why did I write that? Weakness to ice. A common theme throughout the many incarnations of Care Bears is that they seem to be weak to low temperatures, perhaps as a reference to bears needing to hibernate in winter, or to their first enemy being Professor Coldheart. This is even referenced in Unlock the Magic's Season 1 finale.
Come on! Get that tarometer out!
You listen to me, Robbie. We got a job to do helping kids on Earth. If he gets that carometer, we're finished.
What do you want?
Just a talk.
You're not gonna stop me?
We just want you to think about what you're doing.
And what it'll mean to the kids on Earth who won't get our help if your boss wins.
What's that?
Oh, well, imagine that. The shield shut down. Oh, now nothing is protecting my Blizzard Maker from those mean old Care Bears.
VTech V-Smile Baby. One of the few video games for the Care Bears available was released exclusively on the VTech, a video game console only slightly worse than the Nokia N-Gage, and only slightly better than the Nintendo Wii U. CareQuest GBA, the first mainline Care Bears video game. It sucks. The Wizard of Wonderland is Jafar. In many low-budget animated films, characters can be said to be ripped off from other more popular designs. But what's interesting about the Vizier of Wonderland, looking much like Jafar from Aladdin, is that the Care Bears Wonderland movie came out in 1987, and Disney's Aladdin came out in 1992. underage drinking. The first Care Bear special depicts Professor Coldheart with green creature slaves, which he often beats and slaps around as they stumble with glazed looks on their eyes. Later, when he gets a child to drink from a frothy mug, the child says he doesn't feel good and turns into one of the green creature slaves himself, making it evident that it's a metaphor for Brian's childhood. Sometimes, I think, if only my dad had married alcoholism, he could have finally beaten it. Layer 6. What is Grizzle? Among the other questions that never really get properly answered or addressed is the bear Grizzle, who first appeared in the 2008 movie Oopsie Does It, which starred a green Care Bear who did not have a belly badge. Oopsie. Due to the similar design and thematic parallels, one could assume Grizzle is also a Care Bear who does not have a belly badge, but a distinct design element of every Care Bear, regardless of belly badges, is that they have a heart on their Care Bear bottom.
I'm looking at your Care Bear bottom.
And it's got a rainbow.
A design element that Grizzle does not have. Scare Bear. Scare Bear first appears in a 1986 Marvel comic and is white. Swift-Heart is related to the White Rabbit. That's pretty self-explanatory.
Does anyone know the whereabouts of my niece? One Swift-Heart Rabbit by name.
Someone called?
Swift-Heart! Thank goodness I found you.
Uncle! What brings you all the way from Wonderland?
What brought me here? She did. Her. You and your friends must help me find this girl.
Cancelled Atari 2600 game. One of the games cancelled during the Great Game Crash of 1983. Fuck, that's when that fucking Pizza Hut class came out? One of the games cancelled during the Great Game Crash of 1983 was a Care Bear video game that the designers claimed was boring anyway. Care Bear's Sandbox DLC. This looks kind of like Minecraft or Roblox, but I'm not zoomer enough to really know what it is. Australia.
It's always Australia.
It's always Australia!
Australia is home to the largest amount of exclusive Care Bears media, toys, and events outside of the United States for reasons that will never really be explained. Breast Cancer Bear, also known as Pink Power Bear. This bear was made in 2008 to support breast cancer awareness. Pink Power Bear is named Pink Power Bear due in part to the fact that you can't have an American toy have the name breast in the name, and also in part due to the fact that you can't have an American toy have the word cancer in its name. Layer 7. The Who Cares Bears. These are a group of bears exclusive to the comics, which include Unfair Bear, No Bear, Unbearable Bear, and Bored Bear. These bears were created by No Heart out of his shadows and can perform a combined attack called the Who Cares Bear Glare. It's fucking amazing. Living Stars. Often seen in the 80s and early 2000s movies, star creatures are living, though usually mute, creatures with magical properties. Wish Bear keeps one of them, like a slave. The conventional Care Bear stat system. This is a stat system which was designed to measure out the numerical ranking of a character's caring, belly badge, speed, strength, jump, and heroism in an attempt to see exactly how strong a character is. Black Lives Matter lawsuit. I go from my own shit to this like actual political thing. Black Lives Matter lawsuit. In June of 2020, the original designer of Care Bears and Strawberry Shortcake made art depicting both franchises showing support for the Black Lives Matter movement. Unfortunately, she did not hold the rights to these characters, and so the current rights holder for Care Bears filed a copyright lawsuit against her on their own behalf, as well as the behalf of Strawberry Shortcake shortly thereafter. Mad Balls crossover. The Mad Balls were another toy line owned by American Greetings, and perhaps the complete antithesis to the Care Bears, being hard rubber balls designed to look as gross as possible. For some reason, this also had a Marvel comic released in 1986, and this included crossovers for the two franchises. This will probably never be referenced in the MCU, and this is why we live in the worst timeline. Cold Heart's scarf color changes. For some reason, each animation team liked to design Professor Coldheart's striped scarf with a different color. We don't see much of this anymore though, due to Nelvana retaining the rights to the character. Shrieky was stolen. Speaking of rights issues, the Yakuza-themed niece of No Heart was originally planned for the Strawberry Shortcake cartoon under the name Raisin Cane, which is also a niece of a purple-themed villain. The main difference is that Shrieky has a much better eyebrow game. Get it, girl. Layer 8. Belly Bros. In 2012, leading to the Welcome to Carolot's premiere, internal emails among Hasbro and then network The Hub revealed that the writers were hoping to get fans of the show to call themselves either Care Dudes or Belly Bros, in response to the brony movement at the time. This didn't end up happening. UK exclusive comics. Not only were there Marvel comics for the Care Bears, but due to delays in importing them to the UK, they ended up making exclusive filler arcs over there to tide fans over. These UK comics had the bears call each other fuzzies, and had an arc where they went into the world of Oz. So like, demons are real, Mad Balls are real, Wonderland is real, and Oz is real. What isn't canon at this point? Ninja Bread Man. One of the comics has the bears dealing with the villainous Ninja Bread Man, who, if my understanding of things is correct, was the main character of a 2007 video game for the Nintendo Wii with a game review by my good friend Eggsnbaconbits.
No, Brian, that was iNinja. But subscribe to my channel anyway.
Unreleased episodes. There are 2 or 3 unreleased episodes that were planned for the original Nirvana series before the rights got handed over to Deke. We don't know too much about 2 of them, but one of them was adapted into a read-along storybook and involved Professor Coldheart freezing a child into a giant ice cube.
Coldheart gave a helpless cry of anger. He found himself frozen inside a solid block of ice.
Jesus Christ, Colt, that's how you kill people. They don't poop. This one shouldn't be too crazy, except that they focus on it in the second movie during a montage of diaper changes. Why the baby bears wear diapers when this is the case is confusing and weird. Message Bears lawsuit. In the 80s, after the success of Care Bears, a rival company tried to market their own colorful, positive bears called Message Bears. An American Greeting tried to sue them, only for the court to decide that the Message Bears are not the Care Bears because they don't say Care Bears on them. Yeah, no fucking shit. That's the dumbest lawsuit. The Care Bear stare. And finally, the most obscure fact I can think of for the Care Bears. Sometimes a group of them can come together and emit a powerful blast from their
Brian, everybody knows what the Care Bear stare is.
What?
I'm not even a fan of the Care Bears, and I know what the Care Bear stare is.
Aww.
Yeah. Also, I had to do a blue screen because I tried green screen. I tested it out, and it makes my eyes turn demonic. You lose all the color in my eyes. So I went blue. I hope that doesn't affect anything.